All right. I'm angry and we need to have a conversation. All right. So I just tried to sit through a presentation on getting grants that is hosted through my state in Illinois. And the first presenter did well, did fine, explained their stuff, kind of caused a little bit of issues. And then they ended the entire stream, the entire webinar. They misclicked. Instead of ending their presentation, they ended the whole thing. So that caused about 5 minutes confusion while everyone tried to get back in and figure out what was going on. I had to reach out to the individual who was hosting it. This is hosted through my state in a government structure. This is hosted from a House representative. So this is a very professional and high caliber thing, even though it's, a webinar. It's, just the way the world works post-pandemic. I get that. But a major mistake like that is going to cause a lot of issues. A lot of people are not tech savvy or capable, and that's unfortunate, but it's just a reality. So after a few minutes, we go by and we get back in, and people are kind of going in, and now there's just a completely different tone and a different atmosphere. And you could tell people are a little bit on edge, right? And then we immediately follow this up with a presenter who I actually am interested in learning because I am more eligible for this grant than I would be for the other one, for example. And this thing is supposed to run from 1 to 3, all right? So at the time of recording this, it's 1:44. So I already had enough of this because I can't tolerate incompetence and incapability. It is the biggest flaw in my character design, but it is the biggest thing that I see all the time, not just in something like a Zoom meeting. This is a consistent problem I see within the veteran space in general. So we're starting up the presentation and the mic's having some issues and they're kind of going and everyone's complaining. It's like, hey, we can't see your slides. We have to physically do the transitions ourselves. Your mic's not working. And I'm going to lose my shit. So I just fucking left. Like, I know this is a me problem. I'm not saying that they're in the wrong. What I am saying is that there is a systemic problem with incompetence and incapability, especially in the veteran field. So let's go back to that first presentation, for example. What I was hearing was a lot of stuff that are barriers of entry, obstacles that would prevent a lot of organizations who have good intent to being successful in any way, shape, or form, or to even be eligible to utilize these grants. And I understand these are grants. These are decent sums of money that are basically given away. So there should be a trackable program, right? But having requirements and having such a strict amount, and then even saying at one point, and I'm sorry, like I'm not trying to call anybody out, but this is something that sticks out in my mind, telling people if you have something hem up your paperwork that you've delivered and it takes time for them to process, that you would have to move your event on their behalf so you would get their donation. You cannot tell me that, for example, with the Zoom meet we just had right now, that there's problems that are going to crop up that would, cause an issue like that to happen. So that's very fucking frustrating. And now, couple that with what I've personally seen with the government side, for example. I worked at a VA as a medical professional, as a GS7, just an NA. I had a wider scope of practice due to my capabilities as a hospital corpsman when I was in the Navy. All that aside, what I'm basically saying is I saw enough of how the VA's rating system operates that I have an idea of how this stuff goes. And with the consistent issue of incompetence and capability, that's why we have a lot of the veteran problems that we have today. On top of that, I look at some of the state stuff that I've been doing because I run a veteran nonprofit program here in Illinois, and I've been doing it for almost 3 years, and I've encountered a lot of different organizations, and I personally vet them, all right, because I am a veteran. And even though I was only in for 2.5 years, didn't really do anything, it doesn't matter. That perspective is just enough that I don't want the people who I refer, my brothers and sisters, to be bothered or incapacitated or, at worst, denied because of incompetence and incapability. So what I'm seeing is a consistent theme that's leading to a lack of cooperation, a lack of cohesion, and a lack of measurable progress in the immediate area. I live in DuPage County. I work in DuPage County, and I've seen bits and pieces of progress, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you a little bit of a story. I discharged in 2018, and where did I come back to? DuPage County. And most, if not all of these resources that I currently work with today did not exist. And if they did exist, they did a very poor job on promoting and getting that stuff out there. No one reached out to me when I discharged back home. No one told me what I was eligible for. Thankfully, I joined at 23, and when I got out, I was 26, so I kind of had like an idea of how to be an adult, you know? Excuse me. Imagine an 18-year-old who goes immediately out of high school, right into the military, does a contract, gets out, and then doesn't know anything. We wonder why we have this 22 a day problem, and it's very fucking obvious. It's because no one cares. No one cares enough. No one wants to do it. And no one wants to do enough. It's that fucking easy. It may sound like there's more complications and there's more barriers and there's more restrictions. You arbitrarily set that because you are worried about the bad apples who are going to take the funding and the wrong uses and cause bigger fucking issues. You know what, man? That fucking happens. And the checks and systems in place that we have is doing way more harm than good, because that's why we still have the 22 a day. That's why we have underserved fucking veterans. That's why we have people who get out 20 years ago and still don't know what they're eligible and capable for. I'm fucking tired of it, man. I'm gonna call out the fucking House representative that put this on today for their incompetence. And I'm sorry that you guys are the final straw that I've fucking seen, but it's like, you guys can't even do a basic fucking task of running a Zoom meeting. And you want to know something? The reason why I'm so pissed off about this is because I had a Zoom meeting that I ran yesterday with the Department of War. Yeah. Okay? A federal fucking entity. Only a handful of people showed up due to some scheduling issues and things like that. But basically what this was a national resource database. It's literally called National Resource Directory, nrd.gov. And it's a list of all of these veteran resources that exist across the country. And what I like about the guy who runs it, he's been doing it for a very long time. He is a prior medical professional in the military, so he has personal investment. And what he does is vet all of the programs himself. He goes to your website. You have to submit an actual application to be on the fucking website. And then he even gives you advice on, hey, maybe you should have these key tags in your stuff so that way people will see it on our registry and will know, like, hey, they do mental health, they do physical, they do rehab, they do whatever the fuck it is. That's so easy. And I just hosted that yesterday. So if I can work with the Department of fucking War, a federal fucking entity, to run something as basic as a fucking Zoom call, why can't a fucking House representative in Illinois do the same fucking thing with a basic level of competence? It's fucking infuriating. So I'm sharing this with everyone so you fucking know how much bullshit we have to deal with, all right? And I'm a small veteran nonprofit program, very small. We've been around for 18 years, but it doesn't matter. The resources are finite because we are a coalition of park districts that all share their funding and we get some state and federal grants. That's it. But something like the IDVA, which is the state's VA, or the VAC, the Veterans Assistance Commission, which is basically liaison between the state and the federal VAs, those things have massive more amounts of income, and they still have these same levels of issues. And there's still even bigger barriers when you get and you scale upward. So it's like, I'm fucking tired of it, man. And honestly, I'm fucking done with it. I don't think I'm going to ask anyone for fucking grants, because you know what? If you're going to make it so much of a hurdle, and then you're going to show a basic lack of decency, and that's what this is. It's a basic lack of decency when you can't even fucking structure your goddamn Zoom call. The most bare minimum of fucking effort, by the way. It really is. And I'm sorry, I'm 33, so maybe I have a little bit more tech savvy. Get a fucking young person to run this shit. It's not hard. Get a fucking intern. Get someone who's in their 20s. It's not fucking hard. So I've had enough. I'm not going to ask for money from anyone anymore. I'm going to tell you what I fucking do, and you're either going to give me the fucking money, or you're going to fuck off, because I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to do everything that needs to get done in this role that I currently have, regardless of the fucking consequences. If I get fired for it, so fucking be it. That just proves my own organization doesn't care about it. If I make enemies, so be it. You guys aren't doing anything. There's too many fucking people who are underserved and fucking dying daily because you guys think we want to have it a certain way. It's a fucking pissing contest, dude. Fuck you. Fuck all of you. If you don't actually care, get the fuck out. Don't use it as a political tool. Don't use it as a check mark on your box that you help individuals of a certain demographic. Go fuck yourself. Leave it to the people like myself who are actually passionate and have personal fucking investment. And if you're not going to do it, I'm going to fucking blast you. That's what I'm going to do from now on. On my professional side, on my personal side, on every fucking aspect. If you're incompetent and you're incapable, I'm going to fucking blast you, and you're either going to have to come to me personally and we're going to hash this shit out, solve shit on the lowest level, as they say in the military, or you're going to fucking shy away from it and no one's going to use your resources because you're fucking garbage. So it starts today. House Representative of fucking Illinois who hosted this today, you're on blast. Your fucking staff members, you're on blast. The fucking people who have all the barriers on this shit, you're on blast. Go fuck yourself, step away, and let the people who actually care fucking do their jobs.